Hello, everybody. Today we're going down a rabbit hole. The rabbit hole of Chris's ex-girlfriends. Now, before we start, I would like to say this. This isn't supposed to be taken seriously. This is just a couple guys giving each other hell. And we don't hate anyone on this list. Well, most of them we don't hate. Now, sit back, relax, pull up a drink, and start to feel better about yourself as we tell the tale of Chris's crazy exes. Like 1, 2, 3. So today we're going to do an episode we thought it was mentioned doing in one of the earlier ones. Today we're talking about Chris's evil exes, and I originally said 7. I don't know if we're actually going to get 7, but
there is 7 on this list. We'll see if we can fit them all in an hour.
There is 7 on this list. Oh, fan-fucking-tastic. All right, well, Chris, explain the reason why you have so many crazy exes. Like, explain the reason why you think you have these crazy exes.
Well, let's be realistic here. It's not just me who thinks this. It's if I had to put a name on it, it would be the world thinks this. Let's be honest here. The world thinks this, and I hate to admit it, but it's a good thing to come out in the open. Just say I'm attracted to crazy, and crazy is attracted to me. It's that simple. It's really that simple. I attract crazy very well, like the world's strongest fucking magnet.
Do you come Valium? Is that what comes out of your dick?
You know, it's either that or something else you asked me one time is if my dick is made of gold and if it comes chocolate.
Yeah, there's got to be something there to attract these, mentally unstable people. And listen, we're not going to shame them because some of them actually are mentally unstable. But
let's also go into this. So you find crazy and you attract crazy.
Yes.
But okay, how do you find girls? Do you find them genuinely at the grocery store, maybe running into each other, or do you use other means?
Oh, Billy, I wish
because
me
I feel
women,
like this is a contributing factor.
I wish me meeting women was as vanilla and as Hollywood as finding a sweet girl in the grocery store and taking her out. That has never happened to me. Not once in my entire fucking life has that ever happened to me. I wish it fucking would. That'd be great. That would probably be the last girl I ever dated right there. I found you in a grocery store. That's it. This is Hollywood. We're done. I'm good. I'm good now.
Now, most of the time what happens is it's like a friend brings one of his potential suitors to Chris. You want to date her. And then Chris is like, but the one that was sitting in the corner crying because we brought up her mom, that's the one I'm really into.
I don't think anything specifically like that has happened, but yes, the analogy fits. You're 100% right.
I mean,
look, let's get this out on the table now. Everyone needs to come to terms with the fact that all men are assholes to some degree. Okay, the three of us admit that right here and right now? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Common knowledge.
By the same token, ladies, I'm sorry, all women are batshit crazy to a degree. Some of you have very small amounts of batshit crazy. Others of you are a full fucking gas tank of batshit crazy. And if there's anything I've learned in almost 31 years on this planet, God, that's a frightening thought. It's about trying to find the level of crazy that you can tolerate for the longest amount of time. And if the longest amount of time is forever, cool. And if it's not, then hey, that's just the way the cards fall.
They're all crazy. They all have an amount of crazy, and it's dependent on you and your personality type and everything like that. It's is that the crazy that's good for you? Can you handle that crazy? Because if you can't, then you're probably not going to be okay with it. That's a criteria whenever you find a girl you're settling down with. Okay, So I've seen her crazy side now. Is it scary, or can I tolerate that?
Right.
And typically, especially you and I both haven't obviously found the crazy that we can handle. John sure has.
Yeah, John got his crazy unlocked nice and early.
Yeah.
In fairness,
Yeah.
John's crazy is minor amounts of crazy cat lady, which is relatively easy to tolerate.
I could just feel the hate comments we're gonna get on this episode. I could just
Probably.
I could feel it. But
sure.
I will say this:
ready.
I will be the fucking cuck here that will say, yes, all men are assholes, and women. A lot of women are crazy because they dated asshole men or had asshole men in their life. So,
True.
So to say that they're just crazy and say we're just assholes, I mean, shit. You know, guys have to ball up so much in themselves because that's what manliness is. I think it's bullshit. But this is a fun episode. This isn't a let's talk about.
This isn't a bashing episode.
Yeah.
None of this is meant to be bashing. It's all supposed to be lighthearted and fun and a little bit humiliating towards me. That's the point. We're not bashing anybody on purpose.
It's kind of like a roast, but not that aggressive. Like,
it's gonna be aggressive. No.
It's kind of like it's gonna be kind of like a roast, but it's a unique roast because it's just you. Like you're the only one out of all of our circles that found it crazy every time.
Does that make John Jeffrey Ross?
Yeah, basically.
Shit.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Ross, I apologize for that illusion.
Don't apologize. I'm a sexy bitch. Anyways.
So here's the real question.
Okay.
And I'm sure everyone's waiting for us. Who's the first one?
Okay, so number one, we're going to roll it way the hell back. We're going to get in our way back machine. Me and Mr. Peabody, we're going to get in the way back machine. Kids, for those of you who are too young to know what that is, you should probably turn this show off.
Bro, we're too young to know what that is, you ancient bastard.
Fuck you. I grew up on Rocky and Bullwinkle and Mr. Peabody. Thank you.
I did too, but I ain't making references to it because I know I had an old
Chris,
dad.
I guarantee you there are people our age that have no idea who
Rocky and Bullwinkle are.
Rocky and Bullwinkle are. I know I screwed it up from the beginning and I was already tongue-tied, so I just, you know what I'm talking about. There are people our age that don't know who that is.
And that's sad.
It's
anyway,
definitely before us.
Yes. Anyway, we're going to take it in the way back machine and we're going to roll it way the fuck back all the way to my freshman year of high school, not college, my freshman year of high school. And this is the first girl that I actually dated, like was actually my girlfriend. Now I'd had a couple quote unquote girlfriends before, but we all know realistically before your freshman year in high school, you have no idea what the fuck you're doing. They don't know what the fuck they're doing. And you can't really call it a relationship per se. Looking back on it, I'm not sure I would call this one a relationship either, but it was at the time. And this is one of the few women I'm actually going to use their real name. This first one goes by the name of Mandy. Short for Amanda. And
Mandy. I want to know this one.
Mandy was the ultimate goth girl at our high school. We're talking
that was when
pants.
You had your hair slicked up all the time, right? When you was in your greaser phase.
No, dude. This was before I even hit what John would call my frosted tips phase. This is when I didn't do shit.
No, I called it. What I called it was the metal boy band stage.
Yeah, the metal boy band reject is what he called me at one point. Yes. No, this is way before that. When I was wearing Nirvana t-shirts and I had only just learned because I was stupid that they were no longer around, and it made me very sad. But no, so she was the ultimate gotho girl. Trip pants and the Slipknot shirts that were like ripped open in the cleavage area and everything. And it was like, hello.
Wait. Did she have big tits? For a freshman in high school.
I'd say about on par with what you'd expect.
Okay,
I'm trying to remember from that standpoint.
Okay, I was gonna say, was Chris's first girlfriend a big titty goth girlfriend? Because if that's the case, you win the internet.
No, I only halfway win the internet.
Damn,
buddy.
So she was part of our friend group for a little bit, and then I ended up being one of the first guys to date her. Now another guy dated her afterwards. That's what's going to happen at the end of this story. This girl was also my first everything. My first kiss, my first second, third, fourth home run, everything. This girl was the first everything. So as nutballs as she might have been, little bit of a special place in my brain. Although I will say, if you want to get a gauge on how crazy a woman is, where do you look? Where do you look, John?
At her mom?
At her mom. That's exactly right. Do you know what this woman's, or girl in this standpoint, you know what this girl's mother told me the first time I met her mother?
Oh God, I don't know if I want to know.
Is this the mom that handed you a condom?
No.
No.
But that did happen. She's not on this list. But that did happen. I'll get that story in if I can. No. So imagine the suburbs of Washington D.C. and which is pretty much like every other suburban area. You know, we're not that far from the city, but it's suburbia. And somehow they live in the most backwoods part of town, which is saying something considering where my family lives. And go up to the house and knock on the door, and her mother answers the door, gives me a once over, and says, "You know, she's told me about you." I said, shaking a little bit, going, "Oh, okay." She's like, "Listen, you hurt my daughter. You see that tree out there? Yes, ma'am. I'm gonna tie you up to that tree, strip your ass naked, cover you in honey, and let the bugs do whatever the fuck they want."
That's a lot to unpack right there.
Yeah, that's pretty different. Like from like a threat from a mother, a protective mother.
But then after that
one's pretty different.
Right, but then after that, her mom loved me. Like, had no problem leaving me alone with her at any given time.
She laid her ground.
She laid her ground, and I never gave her any reason to give her pause. So her mother and I had a decent relationship.
How long were you two together?
Let's see. 6, maybe 7 months. The majority of my freshman year of high school, I'd say.
Oh man, so that's like
okay. So here's
the average, isn't it? Like that's your average.
That's what I was just about to ask.
Yes.
Have you ever gone over a year?
Yes, one time.
Okay.
One time.
Twice,
that person is not on this list.
Twice.
No.
With the unicorn, you did.
Why?
Oh yeah, that's true. That's true. Just barely.
Unicorn, but who else?
No, unicorn was just like literally a week shy of a year.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hey, I know those feels.
Anyway, so anyway.
Wait. I know.
Okay.
I know of another one. Billy, Great White Buffalo.
See, is that on the list? Is it not?
Great White Buffalo.
It should be, right? See, he doesn't know that.
Grundy County.
That's my thing.
Grundy County.
Oh, Grundy County is not on this list. No.
So that one doesn't count. Okay.
No.
That's fine.
Grundy County is not on this list because that's a
dude,
whole episode in and of itself, probably.
Dude,
so
I totally agree.
No, that's when we do this.
If she knew who she was, she should feel special. That's all I gotta say. Because
needless to say, I have recently started talking to that one again, just as a friend. And if that episode ever happened, I would give her forewarning, and she'd probably be okay with it.
I mean,
dude, to be honest, I would want to know if she heard it.
Yeah.
I would want to.
I'd make sure she heard it.
What she thought. Yeah, I would want to know what she thought. That'd be pretty interesting.
Okay, so let's get back.
Because
to
that's
okay. So we went off the list.
All right,
we went off the list. Bonus list. Okay, so let's see.
So we got Evil X number 1 done.
Well, not quite, because the story doesn't end there. See.
Oh shit.
See, right after spring break, we had just gone paintballing for her birthday.
Oh my
God!
Mad at me.
Yeah,
I'm
my
sorry.
idea. Well, I had taken everyone for my birthday, and she loved it so much that she wanted to go. So like, fuck yeah, I had my own paintball gun at the time because I was super into the sport. God, that's an expensive sport, especially when you're in high school. No, I wasn't. Fuck you. I was terrible.
I bet he had a spider and everything, like a double trigger.
Nope, I had a Tippmann 98 custom that I modded out with another $300 worth of gear.
Nerd.
Hey, Tippmanns were cheap and reliable, baby.
Yep, and you could mod the crap out of them. And I watched NPPL matches every weekend. I thought I knew what I was doing. I did not.
Dude, see, he's so pro, dude.
It's so pro.
Right? So flash forward to her birthday. We go paintballing. I accidentally shoot her in the tit. She's not happy about it. And then I don't hear from her for like 3-4 days. I'm like, okay, that's weird. This girl's normally stuck up my ass. Like what the fuck? By the way, when I say this girl was my first everything, my first was my 15th birthday present from this girl.
Happy birthday!
Right? So anyway, so I don't hear from her from like 3 or 4 days. I'm like, what the fuck? This is a little weird. I don't get it. Finally, I hear from her and she calls me and she's crying. I'm like, what's wrong? She's like, I need to talk to you. Can we meet up after school? Like, I mean, Yeah. Okay. So
yeah, maybe by the bus stop.
well, okay, in fairness, I lived less than a mile away from my high school, so I walked every day. So we meet like halfway, and she tells me that a mutual friend of ours got her all kinds of fucked up on a certain drug. I'm not going to mention what it was. We're not going to incriminate anybody or anything, but it gotten her all kinds of fucked up, and apparently they had done the nasty. And she couldn't figure out how to tell me, which is why I hadn't heard from her in a few days. So I confronted him, and he flat out denied it. So our friend group split in half over this. Half of them on my side, half of them on his. So this also leads into the story of my first fight ever. Yes, I had a fight with this kid over this chick, which was dumb in and of itself.
Isn't high school just great?
Right? So
he's fighting over crazy, but see, he didn't know it. Hindsight's 20/20. You know what I'm saying?
No shit.
Like, it's crazy.
I was 2200 at the time.
Oh man.
So we agree to this fight through mutual representatives, as one does, and I got half the group on my side. I know the other half that's on his side. Well, it turns out the half that it was on my side wasn't as on my side as I thought, because they come walking down with him, and I shit you not, one of them's got a baseball bat wrapped up in a chain. And I'm thinking, oh, fuck. This is a terrible fucking idea, especially for this bitch. This is a bad idea. So everyone gets
16.
Right? So we get down to the lake that's about halfway from my house to the school, and everyone's there. They're crowded around. They're waiting for this to start, and I pull them aside. I pull dude I'm fighting with aside just to talk for a second. I'm like, look, I don't know about you. This is stupid. He's like, yes, it is stupid. Why are we doing this? I'm like, good. I'm glad we're on the same page, but these fuckers need a show. So here's what I'm thinking. We'll tussle a little bit. I'll let you get one good shot in at me. You let me get one good shot in at you. We walk away, and this is done with. He's like, all right, deal, fine. We come back. We tussle a little bit. Think he got me once good in the lip. I got him once good in the gut. And then he said something, and I can't for the life of me remember what it was. I ended up throwing his ass into the lake and walking off, and that was the end of it. And I did not speak to that girl for the next 3 years of high school.
Dude, Chris is on top of the world, bro.
No wonder you like pro wrestling. Your first fight was fucking organized.
Right?
You booked your first fight. Like,
I did.
His first fight, dude.
You fucking.
And it was a shoot win at that.
True.
It's funny. I don't think I've ever heard that story. That's pretty cool.
No, that's kind of cool. I've never heard that. Like,
yeah, that's a good one.
That was a weird day. Needless to say, right after the fight, the band I was in, we had practice right after that. So we get back to my house, and I had to get in the van with my mom to go to band practice, but she didn't understand why I was sitting all the way in the back of the minivan instead of up next to hers, because I had a busted fucking lip.
So you never talked to that girl after that?
No, I don't.
So you fought for a girl you never talked to again?
Yeah, no.
No
I only recently just saw her on Facebook
Wow.
again. I'm like, oh my God, you're alive? That's a miracle.
Okay. Fought for a girl you never talked to again. I don't know if that was worth, man. Not even for a busted lip.
yeah, I don't think that's worth.
No,
Jeez.
definitely wasn't.
I don't think
Let's
that's
just
worth.
say I was 15 and I was horny, and she was taking care of those needs quite adequately for a while. So 15-year-old me thought that's all that was important. 16, 15, whatever. Good times indeed. So there's Evil X number 1.
Man, if there was like, okay, now I know the reason why you like crazy girls. God damn. All right, let's go.
All right. Evil X number 2. And I hate to actually call this one evil, but it was definitely craziness. And this is crazy. This is Crazy K.
Ah, okay.
This is Crazy K. So this is many years later.
Yeah.
This is post college. Now I did date between those two girls, obviously, but none of them have made this list.
No.
This is Crazy K. I believe I had met her off of a dating app, and
yeah, I think it was like Plating a Fish or something like that.
I think it was POF.
Yeah.
By the way, dudes, if you're on POF, get off. It's nothing but a bunch of fake bots for about the last 6 years that all want to scam your credit card. Just get off. Don't do it. Don't do it. It's terrible. Just leave that one alone. Let it die in the depths of Google Play.
Well, just download Tinder. It might not be as
Because that's
successful.
so effective.
Yeah, I was about to say it may not be as successful, but hey.
Right. So Crazy K met her off of Plenty of Fish, and we agreed to a relatively simple date. She only lived about 20 minutes up the highway, which everywhere around here, you got to kind of get on the highway to get to. She only lived 20 minutes up the highway, and we agreed that she'd come down this way. We'd meet in a public place. As long as she felt comfortable, she'd leave her car there, get up in mine. We were going to go down to the Greenway, walk around the Greenway, and see what happened from there. All right. So she comes walking in, and here's this punky-looking blonde rocker chick. I'm like, all right,
I mean,
that's cool.
Like
at the time.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say Billy may not remember this one. I remember this one very well. She looked like every scene kid that grew up.
Oh yeah,
that was still a scene kid.
Are we going chronologically?
No.
Yes
okay,
and
so
no.
This is
we're skipping ahead. Crazy K, we're talking.
Oh
yes, that one. There you go.
Okay, that one just hit me.
Yep,
yeah,
Crazy K. We're probably talking about 8 years ago, give or take.
Yeah. No, I know this. Okay,
you know this one.
And you wait. I just want to point this out though. And you met her where?
Plenty of Fish.
Weird.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Yeah. So we go on this date and we're walking around and everything's going fine and whatnot. And she dropped some information that I totally didn't pick up on at the time. But looking back, I don't know how I didn't pick up on it.
Because Chris, you're dumb. I don't know how else to say this. You're dumb.
She dropped the name of her ex, who happened to be friends with friends of mine, and it turns out that we had actually met at least once before and never realized it. And once I realized the dude that she used to date, who he was, I was like, oh, God, you have bad taste in men. What does that say about me? It says a lot about me, ladies and gentlemen. It says a fucking ton about me. Ladies, I'm still single, and that's why.
Well, we'll get to that eventually. Like
let's not get to that.
This is how you also met Fishy too, right?
Yes, I met Fishy through her. That's correct. I met Steven.
See, and that's how I know the whole thing. See, I was never around you
during that time. No,
right?
I think
during
that's
that time,
about
I was
the time
never around you.
If I remember right, I want to say that's about the time in your life where you had your nose firmly buried in a book. I think this was before Texas, if I remember right.
No, this was
when me and Nathan had the townhouse.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was past the really bad turtle time for Billy, but kind of I think I finally figured out what I'm gonna do, Billy, but I don't know how to act on it, Billy.
Yeah,
that was that time.
It was basically the time where Billy.
That's that time.
Billy was doing a lot of drugs, but hating them. Like that's basically
that sounds about
slowed
right.
down a lot.
Yeah, it slowed down.
It did.
Yeah, that was when it was. That was kind of realizing it's over. But anyway, keep going.
So this walking around the park date ended up turning into a 2.5 day long date because she stayed over that night. We didn't do anything, made out a whole bunch, but that's about it.
Man,
ended up turning into like a 2.5 day date, and we were just wrapped around each other's fingers for like the next few months.
Chris, I'm telling you, your biggest mistake is letting them come in the house.
Yeah, I know, because some of them never fucking leave.
Yeah, exactly. No,
there's at least one more of those on here. Oh wait, nope, there's two more of those on here.
This one's the epitome of like a sneaker because she's like her up front is so good, and I know this from all the stories and everything I've heard, but like about Crazy K or whatever. She was like the perfect, like at first everything was like so golden, and then when it went downhill, it snowballed really fast. Right?
Yes, and
like,
speaking of going downhill, oh God, did it snowball? Which
right?
Also,
yeah, I just know. Yeah,
Speaking of snowballing, she was also a squirter, wasn't she? Or did Jaron make that up?
No, he did not make that up. That is in fact correct. That has nothing to do with why things ended or why she was crazy. It's just one of those things.
I've had a couple of those, and all I gotta say is well, I mean, I'm single, so clearly they never lasted. But I don't know that I could do that for 80 years, man.
Yeah, me neither.
I don't.
It's like, fun the first time.
Entertaining.
Yeah, it's fun the first time, and the second time you're like, hey, that's cool. I got that to happen again. The third time you're like, God damn it, I gotta wash the sheets again.
That's my point, bro. How many towels do I need in the house?
Right?
I gotta lay towels down instead. Jesus, and laundry, man. It gets exhausting.
Like, do I need to get saran wrap and just cover the bed in it, or
like,
what the fuck are we doing here?
Yeah, should we just have like a water bed, like the nylon material that's like on a water bed, and just no sheets at all? Like, let's just leave it that way. Like, Jesus Christ.
You know these.
Okay, totally understand.
That's when you walked around Chris's apartment with your shoes on because it was a little bit squishy.
It was never that bad. It's just no one went into my bedroom for a while.
That's a good one.
Yeah, because we walked into your bedroom and like, squish, squish, what the fuck is this?
Right?
Stop it.
I'm not even joking.
So you are joking slightly. That's an over-exaggeration, but unfortunately not by much.
Exactly.
That's pretty good.
So all this sounds relatively hunky-dory so far, but let's get to why this one makes the crazy list. This is why this one makes the crazy list. So, that same ex that I mentioned before would not leave her alone. Kept blowing her shit up, would not leave her alone. Hated the fact that she had been with somebody new who was, not treating her like shit. So he had gone to jail for something. I can't even remember what now. I think I think he forgot to pay child support from his last baby mama. And I was like, look, I told her straight up. She's like, well, he wants me to come see him in jail. I was like, look, you're a grown ass girl. You do what you do. I'm telling you right now, I would appreciate you not doing it. But if you're going to do it, if you're going to go visit him, at least let me know that you're doing it. That's all I ask. Right? That doesn't sound like that big a deal, right, guys?
I mean, yeah, I would just be like, no, you're not going to visit them. But that's how I am. I'm like,
really? You would literally tell her no?
Yeah, I said no. You're not.
That
Man,
sounds like John.
See, here's my thing: is it's like, I would be on the side of, do you want me to go with you? Like, I would be like, I mean, I don't care that you go. Yeah, definitely let me know. Be honest about it. Like, you don't need to hide it. Like, tell me you're going. But I would be like, if you need me to go with you, I'll go with you, because it's a part of her whether you accept it or not.
Okay,
right, which is
why
I gave her the option.
See that side.
Okay, here's the reason why I say no. People in jail don't have much, but what they do have is hope that they get out and they can be back with their family and loved ones and whatnot. If this bitch is going to fucking jail, she is giving him that hope that it's gonna happen. And if she's giving him that hope, she's already pretty much made up in her mind. She's ready to jump off your horse and go to the other one. So
and I think that's partially what was going on, but not quite.
It could be that, or it's just this guy is so much a part of her history. Cause like a lot of girls have guys that were boyfriends and then even, baby daddies and stuff that become friends, and it's not like they necessarily want to date them, but they don't know their life without them. Like,
right.
Okay. Okay. All right. Well,
right. Isn't that not a thing?
I mean, I'm also the person that, hasn't talked to their dad in 12 years and doesn't really want to. So
yeah, that's a different story.
that is.
Little different. Okay. So you had to. She went to see the dude in jail.
Right. So this all coincides with the weekend of the wedding of, at the time, one of my closest friends, who I had invited her to be my date, and they agreed that she could be my date. Turns out that the day before the wedding was the day that she had in fact gone to see him and not told me. Acting real weird that day, and I couldn't figure out why.
Oh,
she had agreed to pick up a friend of ours from the airport and bring him over to the wedding venue, and she did, and dropped him off and never said a word to me. I'm like, okay, that's fucking weird, but whatever. Fast forward to the day of the wedding, which was the next day. So it's not that much fast forwarding, kids. You don't have to push that button too much.
Just like for a second, do. All right, we're good.
Yep, do, and we're good. Where are we? This is now. There's a reference no one else will get.
Nah, that one's a little bit more popular. That one still plays.
Yeah. So fast forward to the day of the wedding, she has decided to wear a very tight cocktail dress to a wedding, which
she's wearing
nowadays
she's wearing a red dress,
a bright red cocktail dress to the wedding. To a wedding. Now nowadays, I've been to a couple weddings in the last year or two. Nowadays, that's a lot more common. Maybe not the bright red, but the cocktail dress is definitely a lot more common. You're talking 2010 here, not as common a thing. Basically, she was kind of slutting it up for the wedding. Partially because one of my other exes that is on this list was there. That might have been the reason. So ceremony gets done, and we're all hanging around out back while they're cleaning everything up, hanging out with the bride and groom, congratulating, hugs. We're all having a smoke, and the bridesmaids are talking. And I'm like, by the way, ladies, I just want to say that your dresses have pockets, and it's genius because one of you has to hold the fucking ring and make sure your dress has pockets. It's genius. And the maid of honor's like, I know, right? This is great. The bride picked them out. They're awesome. My girlfriend at the time goes, I think it's fucking tacky. I just look at her like, this bitch? Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, no. She was like that the entire fucking wedding, I might add.
I became aware of that later, yes.
No,
hindsight's 2020. It's weird.
Yep.
No,
so
no, hold on. Because this is actually part of the story where I can talk about firsthand experience. This girl, like, we're at this fucking wedding and we're all having a good time. We're dancing, we're fucking drinking. You know, it's a good time. This girl's standing off to the side and everyone's like, come on, join us. Because we're trying to fucking involve her because she's fucking Chris's girlfriend. And she's sitting there like, you guys look stupid. I'm not doing anything. And I was like, fuck you then. You ain't here to have a good time. Get the fuck out. Nobody knows who you are. You need to stop acting this way.
Yeah, I had heard about all that later. So fast forward to later that night, I had agreed to host the after party at my apartment.
Yeah, thanks for leaving me high and dry on that one. You fuck.
Man,
I don't remember that shit. I had to leave the wedding first to get back to the apartment to set up for everybody. So
yeah, but everyone else went with you, and then guess who was stuck behind picking up fucking chairs? That was me.
Didn't know it till much later that I wasn't supposed to leave yet, even though I was told I could leave early to get the apartment set up. I didn't know I wasn't supposed to leave that early, so I kind of pissed off the bride and groom on that one. Sorry, guys. I did babysit for you guys like 4 or 5 times over the course of the next year and a half to make up for it for free. So
no. That wasn't. You didn't just.
No.
You didn't just leave early. You took everyone with you. So,
unintentionally.
I know
unintentionally.
I know it's unintentionally. You didn't just piss off the bride and groom. I was stuck there with one of your other exes, by the way.
Who is also on this list.
And
oh, don't worry. There's one I'm ready for.
I had to spend.
Oh, I'm sure.
I had to spend an hour and a half extra with her, and I didn't like her that much.
Shit, we keep going this way, boys. This might be a 2-part episode with all these tangents.
I know, dude. I know. Hey, it's fine. It's whatever.
We'll roll with the punches. So get back to the apartment, and she's come back with me, followed me in her own vehicle. She's come back at the same time, and I pull her aside because one of the other guys that came back with us had some weed, and she didn't normally smoke. And this was at the time period where I kind of was and I kind of wasn't. If it was around, I would, but I wasn't going out of my way for it. She, out of nowhere, pulls out a 6-pack from her trunk, downs one of them in half a second, opens up the second one, and a joint's offered to her, and she disappears to go smoke this fucking thing, which is a complete flip from what I've seen from this girl over the past 3-4 months. So I pull her aside. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with you today? You've been rude. You've been bitchy. You've been standoffish. You want to tell me what the fuck is going on? It's like, I don't want to talk about it right now. All right, fine. We're not talking about it right now. Rest of the night goes fine. After party's okay. Whatever. Turn around to the next day. I don't get an in-person. I don't get a text. I get a phone call. And I'm like, okay, you want to explain to me what the fuck is going on? She's like, well, I went to see him. I'm like, you went to see him in jail? Yeah. Didn't I ask you to at least let me know? Yeah. Why didn't you? Well, I had to get it out of my system, and there was one other thing. What do you mean there was one other thing? She's like, well, I thought I was pregnant with this kid, but then I took the morning after pill, so everything should be okay. Wait, huh? Now, in the heat of the moment, my brain wasn't capable. Right, that's the punchline. In the heat of the moment, my brain wasn't capable of doing the math. In the heat of the moment, I'm sorry, not his kid, my kid. My kid. Man, she thought she was pregnant with my kid, not his. My apologies. In the heat of the moment, I couldn't do the mental math. All I heard was, might be pregnant with my kid. And I was 24 at the time. Thinking,
either way.
Yeah.
Either way, like, dude, that's like mental. Because, see, we don't compartmentalize, like, really fast. So when you give us so much that we can't find the folder or the box to put our fucking information in, you make us freak out. And that's just what happened. Like in that scenario, it's like, oh my God, I can't, there's so many folders and I don't know what to do. That's exactly what I would have done.
Billy.exe has stopped working.
Yeah.
Yes. I blue screened. Blue screened.
Yeah.
I straight up blue screened. I freaked out. And I was like, okay, I got to process this. I'm going to call you tomorrow. I got to process this. So I called up a couple of friends from my job that had been hanging out. It was a guy and his wife that I'd been spending a bunch of time with at that point. So I called him and was like, hey, I got some shit I got to land you. can I come over? It was like 10 o'clock at night. They're like, dude, we never sleep. Get the fuck over here. So I get over there and I explain it to them. And the wife looks at me and goes, wait, she said she thought she was pregnant with your kid 4 days ago and she took the morning after pill today. And I said, yeah, wait, that math doesn't add up, does it? She goes, no, sweetie, that math doesn't add up. She lied about being pregnant with my kid because she didn't want to tell me the truth. And the truth was, I never actually found out what the truth was. But something else was so bad that she didn't want to tell me that apparently lying about being pregnant with my kid was better than the truth.
Well,
crazy.
I don't care what
crazy.
I don't care what it is.
Crazy.
That's never better than the truth.
Thank you,
dude. You don't, man. So the females that fuck with the whole "I got your kid" shit are crazy because that's not something you don't mess with people with that. But the crazy ones do. But the crazy ones do. Oh my God.
Needless to say, or not needless to say, but sad to say, this was the first time this happened to me, but it wasn't the last. No one else that made this list was the second time, but I did have it happen to me a second time, and it was
so
the second time I was able to catch it. Last? Which one? The one we just talked about?
Crazy K, yeah. How long did that one last?
That was about what was the 4 months. 4 months, give or take.
So everything we just talked about
happened in 4 months.
4 months.
4
months. Yes.
Oh shit. Okay. Yeah, dude, you've had some crazies, man. I've always. This is, you know what this is? This is reality TV. This is being explained live. It's so good. Like, this is legitimate, like, reality TV. Some people are gonna really like this. You're doing a really good job of explaining these because.
Well, thank you.
I want to get into one though. I want to pull one.
Hold on.
You want to pull one through the list?
I want to. Yes, John. So that's where I'm going. And
you're going there. Okay.
So because I gotta get this in because this is my favorite one,
and this is one me
really, and this is probably the only one I don't understand.
This is not the one I expected you to have things to say about, but okay.
I have like literally the most interest in this one, and here's why. So you got Karen,
right?
She's in vet school, or she is a veterinarian.
She was in vet school, and yes, the names have been changed to protect the not so innocent.
Right. Miss Karen.
Yes. Who had a nickname?
School.
Yeah,
she's in vet school. She's got it going on. She's got her life figured out.
She was 2 years older than me. She was in vet school.
She's older than you.
Super attractive.
She's so hot. 10 timepiece.
Redhead.
No, she wasn't red.
Yeah, she was.
Strawberry blonde.
Strawberry blonde. Yeah, that's what I would go with that. But she was this gorgeous, super cognitive, like super intelligent woman. How the hell did you fuck that up?
I didn't.
Are you kidding me? And
no.
I even heard, because of the people living below you, the stories that the sex life was clearly good. Don't understand how you screwed that one up. That's like put the ring on it, dude. I don't get it.
So things were good 90% of the time. You are absolutely right, Billy. To this day, this girl, I still talk to her occasionally. This girl is a wonderful fucking human being.
Nice. Yeah, and, she's a great person.
She's a vet now. She is a great person. I have no shade on her.
And I have so much respect for her. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Really
so do I.
Her. I really liked her.
And she is a vet now. So congratulations.
She is.
To her.
She's doing,
I'm glad
she's doing very well for herself. At the time, though, at this particular time in her life, Polish Catholic. Let's throw that out there, which is kind of akin to Irish Catholic, if some of you know what I'm getting at with that.
Oh, Polish drink. Meatheads drink.
Yeah. So this girl could drink. This girl could throw him back with the best of them, except when she couldn't. And that's when she ceased to be Karen and turned into her alter ego, known as Keggers, who was a completely different person, an entirely different woman. The brain cells just went out the window. All of the intellectual niceties gone by. All of the politeness and correctness and what have you gone. Not there. Doesn't exist. Sloppy drunk at this point in her life. This has since changed. If she's listening to this and figures out who we're talking about, this has since changed.
Yeah.
But at this point in her life, there were points where she would literally get blackout drunk.
And she would be like, she was so wild.
So John, you saw it.
Yeah.
He saw it.
So, John, do you think that she definitely like flicked the switch and was like totally in a different direction?
You know how Nathan also has doofus?
I never saw her like that.
You know how Nathan has doofus?
Yeah.
Okay, imagine the female doofus.
Yep.
Yeah, so like, what would she do? Like, would she like crash a party? Like, she would be the center of attention.
No,
would she not shut up?
No.
Would she just say dumb shit? Like, what did she do?
She would say dumb shit. And again, as Chris has said multiple times, I love Karen. She great person. But to be honest with you, she just would she would lose all cognitive ability. She'd be really, really sloppy. Like not cautious. And
white girl wasted.
White girl wasted.
The epitome of white girl wasted.
Yeah.
There you go. That's okay. That's a good explanation.
So herein lies the problem with why this didn't continue. Is she had much stronger feelings for me than I had for her.
Which is
and I don't get it. I'm telling you, dude. I'm not even kidding. I can't remember the day. You guys were still technically, I think it was at the end, but you were still technically together. But it was just me, John, and Jesse, and her, and we played apples to apples.
Yep, I remember hearing about this.
And it was a lot of fun. I mean, apples to apples, if you ever played the game, it's fun. You can play with anyone. But and I was sitting there like I contemplated bros before hoes, dude. Like she was perfect.
I don't blame you.
I was about
really
to just scoop her up. I'm telling. That one gets me because she was so. Man,
I know.
Perfect.
I know.
Jeez.
But
she made us monkey bread after a night of drinking, Billy.
She did make us monkey bread. Oh, she was so tight, dude.
She was. This girl was incredible. But the downside always came with her drinking, because what would happen, especially when it was her and I alone after she had been drinking, is this is gonna get graphic. Sorry, not sorry. We would go to fuck, and she would be blackout drunk, and I never felt comfortable. I was like, I don't know about this. And she would basically beg for it. I'm like, all right, I'm not going to argue with the drunk bitch. Halfway through it, she would literally flip a switch from sweet, horny drunk girl to demonic drunk girl, and literally be like, what the fuck are you doing? What do you mean, what the fuck am I doing? What? And then she'd stop and look at me and go, what are you talking about? Why'd you stop? Okay, keep going. What the fuck what do you mean, what the fuck am I doing? Why'd you stop? Keep going. Okay, this is getting a little weird for me. There was not just one time that happened. There was multiple times that happened. So
that was really graphic, but so putting myself in those shoes, I don't know what I would do.
Exactly.
So what Chris is saying is he's a pussy.
No, what Chris is saying is that he felt very uncomfortable.
You know what I'm doing?
I'm dropping D-bombs in you, baby. It's happening.
I'm showing you who the boss is, motherfucker.
Those are words that I would say. Jesus.
I'm going to hit you with the Barrett 50 cal.
Dude, what a play.
Oh my God, I need to use that now. Thank you. I need to use that now.
What
my God.
Play.
I love that, John. John, that's beautiful. I'm going to use that now. Thank you for that. I needed that.
That was so good. That was so good. What a moment.
But no, that's what happened with Karen Keggers, is it just got to be too much. Now, I still saw her a few times over the years, and we still hooked up on occasion, which was probably a bad idea for both of us. But hey, what are you going to do?
So I'm gonna throw a theory out there at you, okay?
Okay.
And remember, lighthearted fun. Okay. So we had a joke. Me and John talked about this one time, back then. So years ago.
Okay.
And me and John were like chilling, maybe chilling, smoking, playing Fallout or something, because we were doing that back then.
I think it was Skyrim.
I remember hearing Skyrim. Yeah. It was Skyrim then. And I just remember I was asking John because I was super curious about you two. And I don't remember who said it first, but one of us said, I think Chris makes him crazy. and I was like, that might be an angle we need to look into. Chris, do you make them crazy, or are they just crazy?
I can neither confirm nor deny that I make them crazy. However, I honestly don't think it's out of the realm of possibility that I make them crazy.
Maybe you don't make them crazy, but maybe
I bring it out in them.
to be super nerdy, you're like a Blue Lantern. Like, you just accentuate the emotion that's coming out.
Accentuate the crazy.
Yeah. You draw it out.
I don't know.
You draw it out in like a pure form.
Maybe.
And to be honest, I don't think you make them crazy. I was just throwing it out there because we like had this dilemma, and it wasn't like a serious dilemma. It was just two dudes talking, but it's kind of funny, you know. Like funny to think about, like, Chris, are you making them crazy? Do we need to have a conversation?
You know what? I think they come at like a 70% crazy, and I must bring out another 20% in them somehow.
What I think it is like...
Are you about to blame my dick?
No, I'm not going to blame your dick. I'm not blaming your... Yes, your dick is so big.
I don't think anyone's thinking about that.
Yeah. Yes, Chris, your dick is so big you hit the brain stem, all right? Whatever. No,
I just stood up a little taller. Thank you.
You're welcome. No, what I think it is I think you like they just get to stew about you because like you're just so vanilla as a boyfriend. Like you don't have arguments. Like me and Jesse still have arguments. You never have an argument, or if you have, I've never seen it.
There have been arguments in my relationships. I usually keep them private, and most of the times when they are arguments, they're not screaming matches. They are my attempt at making the most logical discussion possible, which probably annoys the shit out of people.
Yeah,
but that's just who I am. Instead of arguing and fighting like a couple of 15-year-olds, I would rather have a logical discussion about what the issue is and how best we can resolve it.
See, but that's
who I am.
But the argument isn't about being angry. The argument's about passion. Like me and Jesse.
Is that what you call you and Jesse?
Yeah.
Man, I don't know. I've heard some times where I don't think passion would be the word.
Oh no, it's so much passion. It's just like, fuck,
Okay.
I love you so much, but goddamn, I want to murder you.
Okay.
I don't want to murder my wife. Just to put that out there.
As a disclaimer.
And for those of you that don't know his wife, nobody would ever want to do any harm to her.
No.
She's such a fucking sweetheart.
Yeah.
She's like my little sister.
Jesus. Yeah, you just want to pinch her cheek. She's so cute. I hope she doesn't hear me say that.
Oh, we'll tell her.
Nah, she's asleep.
No.
She's asleep.
But no, she's a gem.
So that was Karen, aka Keggers. And it looks like we are gonna have to split this up into two parts. But before we do,
it's fine.
I'm gonna go out on one of John's favorites, not his absolute favorite, but one of John's favorites.
Okay.
John gets to talk a lot about this one because he had lots of experience with this one. John,
this is a good one.
Are you ready for Princess Callie of Smug?
Oh my god. All right. So
where to begin with Princess Callie of Smug?
I'll begin.
That was John's nickname for her, by the way.
I'll begin. So
I wasn't really around for this one.
No, I think you were already gone by this point.
I don't think I even recall this one, but all right.
So this girl comes over and Chris is like, hey, this is my new girlfriend. I was like, oh, cool, nice to meet you. Because I'm always like nice to his girlfriends. I try to talk to them, get to know who the fuck they are. Because there's a good chance.
This is true.
There's a good chance I'm gonna have to spend months with them. So, so it's better to know their weaknesses up front. This girl, she came up and I was like, hey, how are you? My name's John. And she just had like this like aura of like, I'm fucking better than you. Like she reeked of Whole Foods. And she brought quiche, like I think on one of the first dates her and Chris
one of the first times I brought her back to the house, she brought. So after informing her that I am part Jewish, she decided that she would bring me quiche and bring me a art film to watch that happened to be about Jews escaping Nazi Germany with their art.
Specifically, a boy in striped pajamas, and I still can't watch that movie because I laugh too much.
She brought the boy in the striped pajames for me to watch, and I shit you not,
laugh at that movie.
Oh, I can't.
No,
because
not at the movie, but at the circumstances.
Oh yeah, dude.
Because I was Jewish, she assumed I would like it.
That's terrible.
It's still a good movie, though, right?
It is a really good movie. Not to laugh at, though.
I can't,
not to laugh at.
I'm a fucked up person.
So
what can I say?
Yes, we know.
So at which point John deemed her Princess Callie of Smug. Now, this only lasted for roughly a week or so. We hung out the first night, ended up doing the deed the first night, which is probably a bad idea, but oh well, it happened. You can't take it back.
I'm sensing a pattern here.
Shh. You weren't supposed to say that.
But also, like, this girl would just sequester fucking Chris up to the room and would never come down and hang out with us.
Yeah, like she never wanted to be around you guys for whatever reason. And at the time, it was for whatever reason. I have since later because she obviously thought she was better than everybody else.
Yeah. So we would be
right. I remember hearing she was the stuck-up one that didn't like your friends. That's
AKA
right.
Princess Callie of Smug.
Yes. Now it's all. Now I'm starting to remember some of this because I always know John's side. So I always remember that the most.
Right. I think there was one night we were grilling out in the backyard of that shitty house, and I was supposed to be in charge of the grill. So I lit the coals and I was sitting out there, and she's like, "Hey, I want a drink." I'm like, "Okay, well, we got a couple beers in the house." She's like, No. I want tequila. I'm like, "Well, we don't have tequila. I mean, you can go get some if you want." She's like, "No, we should go get a shot real quick." I'm like, I just lit the grill. "No, we should go get a shot. Come on." Fucking fine. So we asked he who must not be named to watch the grill for a little bit, which was a bad idea.
He?
Hoss.
John knows who I'm talking about.
Hoss. I mean, really not. Oh, okay. Keep going. I know. Okay. I just need to know who it was. Okay.
So
we'll do an episode on that.
Oh, please.
Eventually.
Please.
So we drive up the street to the bar. We get the shot. And I'm like, "Is that all?" She's like, "Yeah, I just wanted to get out and have a shot real quick." I'm like, "Okay. That's weird, but fine." Get back. And as we're driving back, she's like, "Oh, by the way, when we get back, we're going upstairs and you're going to fuck me." I was like, "I mean, sure. That's fine, but we're supposed to be grilling here." She's like, "No, we're going upstairs and you're going to fuck me." Okay. So go upstairs, fuck her. It's nice, as it always is. Wonderful in bed. And get done, come downstairs, and the grill is out. Halfway because we abandoned it, halfway because fucking Hoss abandoned it. So I catch a rash of shit from John and Jesse over it, which I deserved. And needless to say, she wasn't happy about that and did not ingratiate her presence anymore to them from that. So fast forward about 3-4 days. This is where the super crazy comes in. Are you ready for this, Billy? This is where the super crazy comes in.
See, I don't actually know that I know the super crazy, so I'm buckled up and I'm like ready. Like, I'm so prepared for this.
Here you go.
Good.
So
I love your stories.
So I was working up in Nashville at Papa John's at the time, and
better
after realizing,
I remember that.
Pizza.
I remember those times. Yes, because you were killing it, moving your way up.
Yep. I was managing. I was doing day shift managing. It was a good gig at the time. I had this was like a couple months after I'd gotten my first newer car. So I was killing it, trying to make those payments and whatnot. And
wait, was that the Focus?
Yeah, I still have the Focus right now.
Oh my God.
Hopefully not much longer. Hopefully not much longer.
Keep going. I'm sorry.
So after hearing John and Jesse talk about her and realizing some things on my own, I'm like, man, this just isn't working. This girl cannot hang out with my friends. She just constantly wants to just be alone, the two of us. And she's kind of fucking rude. I can't do this anymore.
Kinda.
At the time, this was my thought process.
Okay.
So I shoot her a text. I'm like, "Hey, do you have a couple minutes after I get off today? I want to talk to you about something." I get a phone call. She's like, because everyone knows when you get that "we need to talk" text, we all know what that means.
It's not "we need to talk about you getting more blowjobs."
Yeah, it's never that. It's never that.
Yeah.
Although the one time it does happen, I will be marking that day on the calendar.
No, I expect a text at the very least.
Oh, you'll get it. You'll get it.
Maybe even a video call. Not just because I want to see you get blown. I just want to have video evidence that this day happened.
We've seen worse.
Yeah.
It's okay.
Yeah, we've
Probably.
seen worse. Thanks to Pornhub.
Right? And you know what makes it easier to get on Pornhub, John?
What?
Blue Chew!
Blue Chew.
Right. Got it in.
Man, every time. You guys are so good about that.
I will find a way to fit that fucking Blue Chew joke in. Hashtag Blue Chew, please sponsor us. Anyway.
Yeah, for fuck's sake, just do it.
Anyway, so I get a call. I'm still working at this point. So I got the phone like cricked in my neck, trying to fucking slap out pizzas and shit, making other people answer the phone because I'm the manager on duty. Fuck you, you answer the phone. And she's like, "What do you need to talk about?" I'm like, "Look, we just need to talk and it needs to be in person." She's like, "Well, I'm coming up there." I'm like, "I'm not off for another hour." She's like, "I don't care. I'm coming up there." So she shows up at my job. Thankfully, she has the decency to wait outside till I'm off. I come outside. She's parked directly in front of my car, so I can't drive forward to go away. I'm like, okay, this was planned. Here, yeah, Billy, you're already seeing this crazy, right? It gets worse. It gets worse.
No.
So she's already crying because she knows what's about to happen. I'm like, look, this is not working out. And I give her the same list of reasons why. And she's like, I could try. I'm like, no, you can't. This is just who you are. This is not working out. I can't do this. And I'm getting ready. I have my hand on the door of my car. I'm getting ready to get in to leave because if there's one thing I can't stand, it's a crying girl, especially if it's a crying girl I created. Even if it's something that needed to be done.
I created.
Yeah.
Quote of the
Can't
night.
stand it. Can't stand it. So I got my hand on the door handle. She's like, but you can't leave me. And I said, why? And I shit you not, after a week of being together, she's like, because I love you. Wait.
This was all over a week?
A week.
Yeah.
So she says, you can't leave me.
This is the most compressed one.
Yes. This is old. This is
probably really a girlfriend, dude? A week?
A week.
Oh,
so what's about to happen? If you ask her, it definitely was. What's about to happen is the second most douchebaggiest move I've ever made in my entire life. But I felt okay about it. Here's what happened. I have my hand on the door. She says, but you can't leave me. I love you. I look at her straight in the eye and say, it's been a week. I don't. Shut the car door, turn it on, and peel out of the parking lot and go home.
Okay. So my initial thoughts. It wasn't worth inviting her into the car and having a conversation while you drove around to try to figure it out?
No. I'll answer that one for you.
Okay.
No.
Okay. That's like my initial thought is like, why would you not like maybe try to talk about it? The whole I love you thing though, super aggressive. Not a good play by her. That's how you scare people off.
Yes. Not to mention, you show up at my job as I'm leaving, screaming and crying and bawling in the parking lot, making a scene, and then you end it with that after a week.
And this is roughly at like what age? Like just like a 22 or 20 year old, like
22, 23.
20, somewhere between 23 and 25, somewhere in that range.
So you're outside of college, kind of figuring your shit out, and then that's tough. That's tough.
Exactly. So that was her high point of crazy.
Is what that is.
That's crazy, which is
tough to handle, and it is definitely crazy because I love you. Oh my gosh, I have this poster on my wall of you. We've known each other a week. Oh my God, please leave me alone.
Like, that's basically what happened.
Right.
Basically what happened.
I'm saying. Yeah, she's that girl.
Because I'll be real with you, Chris. I love you to death. And this is going to be
for those of you that aren't based in the South, when someone says I love you to death, but they're about to say some real nasty shit.
True. But
so thinking of Family Guy, she's the girl that touched you and never washed her hand.
Oh God.
You know what I'm talking about? You remember that episode where she was like, I touched him 30 years ago and I've never washed my hand.
Yes.
And like her hand's black because it's disgusting and it's gross.
Oh God.
That's that girl. She touched you and never washed her hand because she was so obsessed after a week.
But
it brings a whole new light to this character.
It does.
Man, I'm telling you, that's that girl, dude. I love Family Guy, by the way. Please sponsor us.
Oh God, Seth MacFarlane.
Seth MacFarlane, please.
Oh, that would be a good one in an interview. If we interviewed Seth
I will
MacFarlane.
gladly be an extra on the Orville for your trouble.
I'll do anything. My standards are low, guys.
And obviously, so are mine.
I love you guys so much. All right.
Anyways, so I love you. I love you, Chris. I really do.
But.
And this is going to have to be a 2-part episode, so get ready for the second part.
It is, but I've got to dial down.
Yeah. I'm beginning to sense a pattern here, and it's just me. It may just be me.
I have a feeling it's not, but okay.
Yeah, I don't think it is, but let's hear it, John.
You have this this ability to bring, like, to get these girls, and, like, at first, they're fine. Oh, they're fucking wonderful. And then they, like, turn into a psycho hose beast within, like, months. And I think the problem that you have, and this is coming from a guy who's been with the same woman for over 13 years at this point, so.
They just had their anniversary, actually.
Dude. Yep,
yeah,
7 years.
Did. Congratulations.
7 years of marriage.
You're dope. Which 7 years is actually more.
Yeah, basically.
Officially,
according to the government. But like, I just feel like sometimes you want to go for the crazy ones, so you have an excuse to get out. Like,
oh shit, that's actually
You
a good
know,
take.
that's,
I mean,
that's an interesting theory.
Do you think you play like you're so scared that like you just want to have a reason to get out because you just don't want a serious relationship? Like, is that in your mind?
I don't know if it's a conscious thing. That's actually interesting. I've never thought about that. Maybe it's a subconscious thing. I don't do it, out in the open, but maybe subconsciously that's totally what's happening. That in the back of my head, I always have to have an exit strategy. I never thought about that.
Yeah, I mean,
wow, wow, John, making me think, man.
Oh my gosh, dude. The world's turning right now. So
right?
Fuck both of you.
Okay, so this is definitely gonna be a 2-part episode. We're gonna go ahead and throw that out there now. This is not, and we have more exes to go over.
Yeah.
Yes, we do.
So to kind of slow it down and wrap it up, I want to bring up a different take on this whole thing.
Okay.
So through your venture of all of your crazy exes,
yes,
God, I cannot believe, and I just want to throw it out there. You guys don't understand that he literally is the guy that dates the crazy. Like, he has the rep.
That's who I am.
Insane. And that's what we're trying to get to. But
I mean, you've got one or two in your bag too.
Yeah. I'm actually surprised I haven't been thrown at yet.
Sorry.
See, weird. Yeah, dude. I'm actually really surprised neither of you have attacked me yet. I'm okay with it.
It's coming
at one point.
It's coming.
Well, so I just wanted to throw a different take so people know, because there are people out there doing this right now, and you've seen both sides of it because you like to find people on like Plenty of Fish to date. There was a time where you thought you were going to see a girl, and there wasn't a girl there.
There was that time. Yes, there was.
There was that time. So
that time.
When it comes to online dating, there's some scares.
There
Tell
is
people about some scares.
So okay, that's actually a good thing to wrap this. That is a very good point to wrap this up on. So yes. If you're going to do online dating and you're serious about it, it's not just like you're going to go and fuck. It's not a hookup thing. If you're actually going to meet somebody for a date, couple key things, and I know everybody's probably said this before, but I'm saying it again. Couple key things you need to take away. A, you need to make sure that the person you're meeting is the person you've been seeing in pictures. You need to find some way that they can verify that image, because there is every kind of free app out there on the market to fake your fucking picture. And it's terrible.
Google image search is a good option.
Google image search.
Like that, but I just want to throw this out there that I contemplated online dating until this story, and I've never even thought about it because I'm so terrified it's going to happen.
It does have its ups and downs. I'm going to be the first one to admit it. I'm 30 years old and single. I've got like 4 dating apps on my phone because I would like to meet someone for real, and not just to fuck around with. But A, make sure you can verify that their image, and at least that part's real. B, if you're going to meet them, first meeting, do not do it in a dark, crowded bar. Don't. You're going to regret it because the lighting's going to be shit, and then you can't really tell who they are or not. If you're going to do it during the daytime. Make it something simple. Coffee, lunch, walk in a park. All of those are out in broad daylight in front of lots of people where it's easy to see if anything goes down. This is just much for your benefit as it is for theirs, okay? Especially if it's a more, guys talking directly to you, if it's a more timid girl, this is going to make them feel much more secure in meeting you if you're willing to do that. It keeps both of you secure. Secure? Wow. I don't know where that one came from.
Damn, you went like soul on that one.
How you say
right.
secure?
Keeps you more secure. No,
keeps you more secure.
It keeps both of you more secure, which in the long run will make both of you feel better about meeting up. Online dating is a double-edged sword, and it's shitty to say, but it's the world we live in now where look, I work 5 days a week, 40 hours a week, and when I get off work, I don't want to do shit. I'm tired. I don't want to do shit.
Yep.
I want to sit in front of my computer for a few hours. I want to eat some dinner, watch a little TV, and go to bed. When the weekend happens, Saturdays, as a general rule, unless I got to go grocery shopping, I don't do a fucking thing.
Yep.
Saturday is my day to myself to do whatever the fuck I want.
I like it. I'm the same way.
And unfortunately, that kind of lifestyle doesn't leave a lot of room to just randomly go out and meet people. I had this conversation with my mother not too long ago because she has been trying to get me to meet someone. And I had to tell her, and a lot of people I think will also identify with this, is you have the struggle between you want to go out and meet people, but unfortunately, going out to meet people usually ends up hurting your wallet more than it hurts any other part of your body. So you're stuck in that struggle between, do I save money or do I go out and potentially meet no one and have a waste of time? So there's that part of it too. You got to find a balance. And I'll be honest, I have not found that balance
yet.
All
I'm hearing right now is you trying to justify a really shitty situation. All we want to hear is the shitty situation. Just tell them.
Well, we'll have more shitty situations when we pick up this again for second half of Chris's 7 Evil Exes. You will hear many more shitty situations. And I can even throw in a bonus douche moment for you next time.
Yeah, we're gonna get in some the really deep ones.
Teasers.
The really deep ones.
Teasers being thrown out
we're
right
gonna
now.
talk about Chris's unicorn. We're gonna talk about I think we should bring up Grundy because that one is one you and Billy can actually connect on.
We might need to discuss that.
I will tell you right now, I will have to ask her permission.
Okay, we'll do that as maybe we'll do that one as a
that'll be a
special
bonus if we have time. But no, we're gonna get into my unicorn. Yeah. We're going to get into someone.
Didn't even touch unicorn.
Nope, not yet. Not yet. We're going to get into unicorn. We're going to get into a former friend of all of ours. And we're going to get into the story of a girl whose nickname is But I'm a Whore. But all of that is next time on the second half of my 7 Evil Exes. So make sure you tune in for the next episode of the Anarchy Arena Podcast. I have been Chris the Middle Barrett.
I am the Extreme Master.
And of course, I'm John the Joker. And make sure you guys are ready for this next episode of Mari Povich. Well, that was one hell of a way to end the first part. I think I should have become a psychologist. Anyways, make sure to stay tuned in so you can hear the final conclusion of these stories. Also, make sure to follow us on Twitter at @TheMetalBarrett. That's TheMetal, BARRETT. The Extreme Master, that's ends with an A. And of course, my Twitter at John_the_Joker. I will see you next time on the Anarchy Arena Podcast.